Hi, this is SJ Talks in Life coming back at you with another video. New to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Ladies, all ladies, not really race specific, but all ladies, stop telling men stop bragging to men and constantly telling men and boasting about telling men that you don't need them and telling them that uh, boasting about how much money you got, what you can do for yourself, and all that, because it sends a message to men that you don't need them. And once that message is sent to men that they think that you don't need them, then that pushes them away. You can't be crying in one breath, be crying that, oh, how come I want to get married and I want a man and this and that, and where are all the good men and all this good stuff. But then you turn around and you say, I don't need them. I can do this. I got the X amount of money. I can pay my own bills. I can do this and I can do that. Get the chest stuck out, hollering and crying, saying that you independent and you can do this and that and the other on your own. It sends men a mixed message. It tells men that you don't need them. And if they think that you don't need them, then why date you? But then you cry on the other women. There's women that do that. They cry and they say, "Oh, well, where's the good men at?" And and they wonder why they're by themselves. Because if a man, feels like you don't need them, then they figure, what's the point? Men don't really want to hear that. They don't want to hear, how much you can pay your bills and do this and that and the other, how independent you are. Because if you want a man and if you want a husband and you want to get married, then that's where humbleness. Check out my video where I'm talking about humbleness. That's where humbleness comes into play. That's where humbleness comes into play, and you have to be humble as a woman. And a man can see that if he's a man and he's about anything, he's gonna see that you're able to, do X amount of things on your own, and he might look at that as a good quality. But then it's a turnoff to them if you're being boastful, haughty and boastful, and talking about how you can do this and you can do that, because it demasculates them. It feels demasculating to them when women do that. So it's bad for women to do that. It's bad for women to say that to men. But then they turn around and they wonder why they can't pull a decent man. Being independent as a woman is a good thing. I personally think it's overrated because, I did it by myself and on my own for lots of years. And I struggled financially, physically, mentally. I really suffered it physically. It broke me down physically, emotionally, and all that kind of stuff. So this independent woman stuff is extremely overrated. It's extremely overrated. It's not what it's cracked up to be. And, I don't know why women are always so proud to boast about that. But then turn around and cry and wonder why they ain't got no man. If you want a companion, you want a husband, the best thing to do as a woman is to humble yourself. Humble yourself. And ultimately, do you need companionship? Do you need love? Do you need friendship? Because those things are more important than money at the end of the day. If you think that I need companionship, I need a friend, or I need, love, if you feel like you need those things, then ultimately you do need a man. And then some people can come together. If you have resources and that man has resources, then you both can come together and maybe build a business together. There's lots of married couples that start businesses together. You know, if he has resources and you have resources, and you guys can put your resources together and maybe start a corporation and maybe start a business. And then where you don't have to be a wage slave anymore, and you guys can have your own thing going. There's plenty. The company that I used to work for was ran by a married couple. You know, so lots of people can do that. You know, so you guys can bring your resources together while at the same time you're loving each other. You're being friends to each other. You're providing companionship for each other. That's a good thing. You know, so men don't like it when women, and I think that's in the manosphere. That's the main complaint with men. You know, they getting tired of women being boastful and boasting about, I can pay my own bills and I buy my own car and I can do this and that and the other. You know, and I think a lot of times women say that as a defense mechanism. I think it's a defense mechanism because they've been hurt or whatever, or maybe they resent the fact that they have to do everything on their own. I've never been like that. I've never been of that mindset. I've never been of that mindset. I didn't like doing everything on my own. I wanted a mate. I desired a mate. I wanted help. I wanted someone to help me, to lighten my load, you know. I wanted that companionship. I wanted all those things. So I never walked around. The problem with black women is that they say that we all have that mentality and all of us don't have that mentality. I never had that mentality. I didn't like, independence is overrated. I didn't like, it's a such thing as being too independent. And when you're too independent, everything is on you and you have to do it all. And I had to do it all and I didn't like it. So it's overrated for me. So I don't know. That's just some message I was marinating on. That I wanted to give to women. Women, stop going around hollering how you can do this and you can do that and pay your own bills and sticking your chest out and all that. And then turn around and say, why I ain't got no man? That might be why you don't have one, because you're pushing them away with hollering that. Men don't like that. All right. Thumbs up, subscribe, notification bell, share. Peace.